Hello, my name is Keianna Summers. I'm 21 years old and I go to Full Sail University in Media Communications. So with photography, I actually got into it professionally only a year moving to Full Sail, but I've been doing it since like a little girl. Like honestly, like kindergarten, I only had the little flip phones and I used to tell my neighbors, oh, come outside and act things out and I'm gonna take the pictures. And literally from there, that's when I'm like, this is something I need to do like all the time. So the process that I do for the creative shoots, it's actually backwards how it works. So everything that I get is like, I look at just the wardrobe sometimes, and with the wardrobe I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go from there and I just set up the scene and start shooting. But most of the process happens like in the middle of the night at like 1 a.m. 2, 3 a.m. and sometimes I get the inspiration depending on like how my emotions are. So if I was like in a moody day or if the atmosphere of the world is like kind of crazy how it is like now, I like to get my inspiration from other things that don't just affect myself but it affects other people. That way it kind of is able to tell like a story that relates to a lot of people but in that creative way. My favorite part is editing actually. I love editing because I love colors. The fashion is also my favorite part because I love colors. Anything that's colorful, that has to do with, you know, manipulating it and changing how it is originally. I love it. But I'm a fan of everything, so I mean, the whole process is actually fun to me. Like, I don't ever get tired of it at all. I like the editing the most. So I have not submitted my work at all anywhere. I wanted to for the longest time. I procrastinate a lot, but I need to get on that. I'm actually working on my own magazine that I'm gonna turn into an actual business. And that because it is hard sometimes when you submit everywhere. And you know, I do have tough skin, I guess you can say, when it comes to getting the no. It takes, you know, a lot of no's before you can get that first yes. But sometimes you have to, you know, initiate things yourself. So I was like, okay, I've had this dream to be known as more than just a photographer, to be known as an entrepreneur, but also a woman in like media and everything like that. I was like, you know what, like I can make my own magazine, you know, and put my own work in it and other people's. So I've been working on that for almost 8 months and it's almost finished and I'm gonna like release it to everyone, and I'm just so happy because it's something that I'm really proud of. And also it's a way like who can say like, oh, like here's my portfolio, like it's a magazine, like that would be really cool too. So there's a lot of photographers I found on YouTube that their portraits are just so amazing. But someone who actually really inspired me, there's a woman named Keianna. She's actually from LaBelle, which is super close to my town, and her photos are just so beautiful. The colors are so like captivating, you know, it just really catches your eye. You can tell like that is her work. So I'm like, okay, I want to try something. But I also like Sam's, I like Sam's work a lot. It's like editorial. I have a lot of different styles, so I'm still trying to find like my exact niche and like where I fit in completely. But I guess a lot of people inspire me on Instagram and everything. Also, it's crazy. That piece I'm actually very proud of because that I actually did it super fast. I only edited it in like 30 minutes, and usually it takes me a while to edit things. So what inspired me was to create that film. It was a run and gun film actually. I pre-planned the entire thing 24 hours before. I stayed up just to do it. What inspired me was the whole Black Lives Matter movement. That movement started, you know, years ago, but now it's like police brutality is really getting out of hand, and now it's like, you know, the whole Gen Z movement, like everybody's like talking about everything. So I'm like, okay, what is a different way more than just talking with your words and, you know, something other than marching, because not everyone can go to a protest. I know that not everyone has money to even donate, but they want to help or they want to learn, you know, different things and feel like they're part of it. So I thought, okay, if I just make this film, get different people of all color, like put them together, put some music in it that feels empowering. Anyone who can watch it, you know, they can get from it that they're a part of the movement, because video and sound and visuals are so important, especially now, because it just speaks to you differently than what you can just say when you're having a conversation with someone. So that's what inspired me a lot. Also my brothers, them being like, you know, young black men as well, it makes me super emotional to know like if something were to happen to them, So I'm just like, okay, I need to make something to get more awareness out there because there's power in everything we do. I had COVID, and it's crazy though that COVID was my inspiration for that, but it was actually. I was just so sick, and I was like, I need to create something. I need to do something different. And my mind was just like, okay, like, you know, for COVID, you know, the doctors told me eat a lot of vitamin C. Whatever you do, just keep eating oranges all day, every day. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna do a photo shoot for it, but make it like my own, you know? And I took it more of like, I found like a gold plate online, and I edited it in because it kind of acts as like a halo crown. And like, I'm a queen, and like, you know, I'm like, okay, like, you know, no matter how sick you are, like how down you feel, if you still remember your worth and know that you're worthy, then like, it don't matter whatever comes your way. So photography is just a hobby right now. I mean, I guess I could say it's more than a hobby with photography, but I don't want to do it long term, let's say, maybe just for fun. I actually see myself doing like public speaking or like a host for different like talk shows and things like that. That's actually my end goal, but I do love the camera so much. I want to learn behind the scenes as well as in front. Photography is just like it's something that just motivates me a lot because I love cameras so much, but I tend to put myself in front of it a lot. So I do see myself as like a host, or, you know, just doing activism like a lot and things like that, speaking to like different schools, different places. So I'm Keianna Summers, and I'm a photographer. I do self-portraits of myself to give a big message to everybody else out there.